How's it going, everybody? It is your boy Luda the Programmer, and I would like you all to know that on this fine Christmas Eve morning, it really do be like that as we get the details for the transforming Super Janemba as well as the Pikkon. Now, they are both tech types, or excuse me, I'm high. I'm very high right now. Uh, Janemba is an extreme tech type, thankfully, and Pikkon, as if Super AGL needed any more buffs, is of course AGL typing. I'm going to translate this myself, but then I decided to once again be lazy and wait for the homie Goresh to post it not on the Reddit, but on the Twitter. I did see his Reddit post, but as I started deciding, okay, I'm gonna record right now, he decided to post it here. So there are actually 3 units outside of these two. So you have the Pikkon Jidanemba and this Boo and Bobbity card, which you can find right down here, which are extreme physical, right? A free to play LR, I might add, of course, not summonable. They another Majin Buu Saga leader, just as a quick thing. Um, They'll definitely be quite nice, but I would just like to point out that Bobbity now has 2 LRs. He got 2 LRs before Kid Buu got any. Just saying, that's a little interesting there. Anyways, let's go. Goresh has the Buu LR up first, so let's see. LR, Bobbity, and Majin Buu, good, of course. Fear covering the earth. 4 key and 130 to Majin Buu Saga. As I pointed out, they are Majin Buu Saga League. The 12 key causes colossal damage, the usual, with a medium chance to seal as well as a medium chance to stun. So the likelihood of you getting both is a little low, but really, one or the other is fine, to be honest. 18 key, of course, causes mega colossal damage, and again, medium chance to seal and a medium chance to stun. The passive Fear Second Coming. He gets 3 key and 40,000 attack and defense, which is pretty good, actually. Even though it is a flat boost, 40,000 is fairly significant, especially when you factor in Lynx and him being an LR. So he gets an additional 3 key, as well as an additional 30,000 attack and defense if an attacking enemy has a debuff. So these are, I believe, all the debuffs in the game. You have attack lowered, defense lowered, stunned, or sealed. Those are all the debuffs in the game. So if the enemy has any sort of debuff, he'll be able to get this additional boost here, which is actually pretty easy because you run him with, say, Physical Kid Buu. I have this guy up for a reason that you'll see in a moment. But you run him with, say, Physical Kid Buu, who I believe lowers defense on his super attack, if I'm correct. So you pair him up with anyone like that, and that'll actually make, obviously, a decent rotation. They'll share a couple of the Majin links, I believe. And so let's actually take a look here. Yep, he lowers defense to the enemy, which used to be fairly useless and still kind of is, but at least you'll find for this unit it isn't. Because he'll gain an additional boost when that happens. Anyways, he performs an additional attack and has a medium chance to become a super attack. Oh, so that's just anything. Yeah. So he'll get a guaranteed additional, but that additional has a medium chance to become a super. Not bad, which again will give you another chance to seal or stun, right? And he recovers 5% at the HP at the end of the turn in which attack is received. So for Super Battle Road, yeah, it's a free-to-play LR, but looking pretty good. His links are Master of Magic, Thirst for Conquest. These links are actually kind of fire. Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith. Those 4 are pretty decent. Master of Magic, Shattering the Limit, and of course Legendary Power. And the 4 categories are of course Majin Buu Saga, Joined Forces, Terrifying Conquerors, and Inhuman Deeds. No new categories there. So I'm thinking pretty good. As you can see with the Kid Buu, he has brutal beatdown, right? I think that the do they share that link? Is that it actually? Yeah, unfortunately, that appears to be the only link that they share. At least Kid Buu is giving 2 key, and as well as the 50%, right? So, might not be the greatest idea, but Kid Buu is just, the generic unit that you throw on to pretty much anyone who, you know, who you think is good, right? So, probably not the smartest idea to get these guys, but I'm thinking if you take, say, you want the physical fat Boo. That guy is actually insane, right? Is it Mr. Boo or is it Boo Good? I think they have it. Yeah, they have it as Boo Good. So this guy should share a bit more links. So yes, Master of Magic as well as Shattering the Limit. So that's 2 links instead of the 3. Oh, sorry. Instead of the 1, right? Because unfortunately, these links, because of the fact that they include both Bobbity and Boo, are a little bit twisted. So, this guy isn't going to be too terrible with him, right? I think they'll function decently enough, because this guy will be getting 6 key, because I believe, yeah, this guy, if you let him super first, he greatly lowers defense. So, this guy, the LR will be getting 6 key there, if necessary. Whoops. So yeah, it's looking to be pretty nice for this guy. So even though they do not have the greatest links, it looks like they took that into consideration when making this, because they gave him the 6 key. Anyways, moving on. Spent too much time on that one unit. Janemba. So he leads a new category called Mind and Body Erosion, gives 3 key and 170 to all stats, or finally our next true extreme class leader with 3 key and 130% to all stats. He raises defense for a single turn as well as causing immense damage. Now, before we even move on to the passive, Mind and Body Erosion. Now I'm thinking, who does this include? Immediately I think of Baby. Immediately I think of Majin Vegeta. I'm sure you all remember the "You may have stolen my body and my mind," right? That whole thing. So I'm thinking at least those two will be in there, as well as Janemba himself, right? But I'm wondering who else is going to be in there. Does this mean that units who does it mean that it have to be mind and body, as the category says, or can it be mind or body that's being eroded? Because if it's or, you can make the argument that some of the Kaioken Gokus could be on there, because Kaioken continuously wears down on his body, right? Maybe you can make that argument, but that would be quite weird to think Janemba and Kaioken Goku on the same category, right? So I don't know. I would have to see what is going on here. I cannot think off the top of my head too many people who would fit this description besides, of course, Janemba himself, Baby, and Majin Vegeta, right? Because there aren't, like, anyone else that really gets, like, taken over or has their mind or body eroded for whatever reason. Maybe you can argue, maybe Broly, right? The legendary Super Saiyan Broly's, right? Because maybe you can argue, obviously, that his mind is being eroded by the immense power, right? Maybe you can argue that for Z Broly at least, and of course this extends to Kale, for Z Broly at least, that they possess so much power that they must release it, otherwise their body cannot contain it. You can maybe try and argue that. I don't know. So let's say we'll take everything that I said so far and accept it as true. So we'll have Janemba, Kaioken Goku, Majin Vegeta, Baby, and Broly. Super weird, to be honest. Super weird category. We'll see what they do. Anyways, passive. 120% to himself, as well as guard activated against all attacks, the classic Janemba. He gives extreme class allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense if you manage to get 4 or more type key spheres. So remember, this does not work if you get 4 rainbow key spheres. However, he does reduce damage by 30% if you manage to obtain at least 2 or more rainbow key spheres. His transformation is his active skill. and he's able to activate this 5 turns. Sorry, runs 5 attacks have been received. So in Super Battle Road, this could be quite nice, probably getting this on turn 3. I say turn 3, meaning turn 1, Janemba is there, turn 2, you have a second rotation, and then turn 3, your first Janemba, assuming you run 2 Janembas, your first Janemba can do this, right? So his links in base are the Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, Metamorphosis, Master of Magic, Nightmare, Big Bad Bosses, and First Battle. So, funnily enough, the fact that he has these links actually means he'll be pretty decent linking partner for the Fat Boo that I just brought up here with Master of Magic, right? The Innocence. Of course, does this guy have More Than Meets the Eye? No, that's Kid Boo. Nightmare and Big Bad Bosses, not a decent link set, and of course he has one more category to his staggering 2 categories. Right, so now when he transforms, he now raises attack and defense for a turn and causes immense damage. He becomes Strength Cooler 2.0 with 180% attack and defense. They love giving that out these days. And he randomly changes one type of key sphere into one other type of key sphere. So that's a bit wordy there, Garesh, but I know what you're saying. So he takes one specific color and changes it into anything besides that color, right? So, and he changes that to, he can either change it to rainbow or he can change it to color. He also gains an additional 40% attack when collecting 3 or more type key spheres. So, he's his own support on a technical level, provided you get enough RNG so that the 3 key spheres type key spheres, by the way, line up. The reason why I had this guy pulled up is because I was thinking, okay, this guy actually does change orbs to rainbow type, and the reason why you would want that is because you get a high chance to evade enemy attacks when collecting a rainbow key sphere. So his 3 of his links change. So the Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, and Master of Magic become the incredibly better Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, and Fear and Faith, making his total link set Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle, a monstrous link set. Then here comes the Hobie Pikkon with a bit of shaft. Connected Aspirations category. I literally have no idea what this could entail, guys. I cannot even think to even come up with what the hell this means. Connected Aspirations? Does this mean characters that share goals or something? If so, this just seems like joined forces, but maybe a little better, or maybe a little worse, depending on how you looked at what do you mean connected aspirations. It's incredibly weird. So 3 key and 170 to that, and as with Janemba, he flips and becomes a super class lead with 3 key and 130%. His super attack, he greatly raises attack for a turn, but in return, he greatly lowers the enemy's attack. Incredibly useful. That greatly lowering is incredibly useful. He also has a unit super attack in which he performs an animation with Janemba, with Gogeta. So this activates if there's a character who can name a Goku Angel or a Vegeta Angel attacking in the same turn. In the preview they showed on their Twitter, I believe they showed the LR 3rd year Goku and Vegeta Angel cards from, of course, the Gogeta movie. So his passive is 152 himself, and he also gives super class key allies 2 key and 30% when collecting 3 or more type key spheres, as opposed to Janemba's 4. He also gains an additional 4 key, as well as a chance to evade enemy attacks and seal the enemy's attack when collecting a rainbow key sphere. So when he has a single rainbow key sphere, he gets key 4, high chance to evade, as well as a high chance to... Is that a high chance to seal, or is this a guaranteed seal? I believe this is a guaranteed seal right here. So his active skill is easily the worst of the two, with being able to use 4 turns if there is one enemy who is 50% or higher. A double restriction right there. Not only do you have the 4 turns, you also have the enemy who needs to be 50% or higher. The ability is very good as it becomes a Ghost Usher, as he skips that turn entirely. allowing you to get a free turn of damage in. He completely negates the enemy's attacks. This is not like a Great Ape transformation where the enemy still attacks and you take damage, except the damage is negated like Great Out. This is just a complete removal of everything on the field, just like a Ghost Usher. His links make me cringe with Supreme Warrior, Gentleman, Experienced Fighter, not bad, Shocking Speed, not bad again, Cold Judgment, which is a decent link, but not on him, Otherworld Warrior, ooh, and Fierce Battle. His categories are Connected Aspirations, Movie Heroes, Worthy Rivals, Otherworld Warriors, Saviors, and Battle of Wits. Janemba do be looking better, but Pikkon is not to be counted out. I would say it's a bit of a shaft compared with the links, but I suppose that's why they gave him the key 4 after you get a single rainbow key sphere, right? Which is pretty consistent, I would say. To get just one is pretty consistent. So, and of course he does have the lovely animation with the Super Gogeta. I wish they had saved that Super Gogeta Soul Punisher animation for a little later for a potential new LR Super Gogeta. But you know, they teased us a bit with it, right? He is pretty good. Janemba, I would say, is a little insane, but this Pikkon is very good as well. And also the LR, which I'm not sure how this is gonna go. This is gonna be like a Prime Battle LR, or if it's gonna be a Battlefield LR, right? Or Super Battle Road LR. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's been indicated. It could be one of the three. But all of the units do seem good. Janemba is, of course, I would say the best of the lot. Not to discount this Boo. I mean, he is an LR, but you'll definitely find yourself using the Janemba in more situations than you would this Boo, I presume. Because this Boo, while a good card, I can only really see his use on maybe Super Battle Road, Extreme Fist Battle Road, maybe even actually Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road. You combine him with Kid Buu, you combine him with the Super Buu, the support one, um, and you have a powerful Fizz rotation. And even if you don't combine him with Buhan, you can still combine him with the Super Buu if you want to give him the ridiculous amount of key there. So pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff. Like I said, Janemba seems to be a little insane. Pikkon is pretty good, but again, we'd have to see. First, we have to see how good these categories are. First of all, off the top of my head, I feel like Janemba's category is going to be better than Pikkon's. I'm still a champion of this, that instead of releasing new categories, I wish they would just fix old ones. It would really make more sense. Like Otherworld Warriors, I know we kind of just gotta lead with that with the Golden Frieza, but I wouldn't mind that being his secondary lead, right? But Superclass is very good as well. So, anyways, that's going to sum it up for me. Looking at the recording time, I'm going on for nearly 20 minutes at this point, longer than a usual video, because I spent so much time talking about the Boo in the beginning. So, my name is Luna, also known as Luna the Programmer. If you liked the video or enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, especially if you learned something new. If you didn't enjoy the video or you didn't learn anything, please be sure to leave a dislike. Again, I am Luna, also known as Luna the Programmer. Getting repetitive because I'm tired. It is almost 3 in the morning. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.